Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy Beaky, and let's talk the Nintendo Switch. During Nintendo's recent earnings calls, they talked about a few different topics, but one of the most controversial ones people have been talking on Twitter, Reddit, and all over YouTube is, well, is this system at the end of its lifetime? Well, according to Nintendo, it is not. Here's a direct story coming from Nintendo from the earnings calls. The Switch is ready to break the pattern of our past consoles that saw the momentum weakening in the 6th year on the market and growth. So this is coming from Nintendo's president, and he also says this. It's in the middle of its life cycle. So he thinks that the Nintendo Switch 5 years in is just in the middle of its life cycle for this console. And in a way, I understand that. If you look like at Sony's consoles in the past, they have a long tail. Look at the PlayStation 4. It's still selling crazy right now just because you can't buy PS5s and because the games are still coming out there. And some of the older Xbox consoles are selling too. So Sony and Microsoft has had a history of having their consoles last a pretty long time, and so has Nintendo, especially with their handhelds. Their handhelds in the past usually keep on selling for a very long time after they release. But in things with like the Wii U, where they had to cut it off, Nintendo doesn't want that again. They want to make sure the Switch lasts a long time. Does that mean that there won't be a Switch 2? I don't get that from this quote. They're definitely in the background working on something. We have to know that. But there is a chip shortage, and even though Nintendo president in this new discussion for the investors is not worried about it publicly, trust me, it's a factor. If they want to put out a new, better hardware, they're going to need to be able to get the chips that they need for their consoles, whether it's RAM, whether it's a CPU, GPU, whatever combo, APU, whatever they might be getting for their next upgraded Switch or a Switch 2 or whatever that might be. This shortage is affecting everybody globally. And even if they want to publicly say they're not worried, I think as companies, as somebody's been trying to buy certain products and it's hard to find them, it has to be worrying them at least a small bit. Now, overall though, they're in a good position. They released the top 10 selling Switch games, and no surprise, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a game that came out on the last generation, just upgraded to this new one, is still the #1 selling game, selling a whopping 43.35 million units. Animal Crossing New Horizon, a game that I did not expect so many of my friends, my girlfriends, people who were just not into this franchise before, all were playing this throughout the pandemic. It was just like that pandemic game for the Nintendo Switch is at 37.62 million units. And I say those 6.2 because 600,200 units is not a small amount. That's still a lot of copies of a game that costs its full price at that. And I mean, Animal Crossing beat out Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I would have been nearing Mario Kart, but no, that's at 27.4 million. Animal Crossing came out more recent than Smash and just blew that one past. Next up, we got Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild at 25.8 million. Zelda still doing this thing. Then we coming up as Pokemon Sword and Shield at 23.9 million. Hey, I'm not surprised there. I bought a copy for myself. My girl got a copy as well. I was not the biggest fan of some of the open world segments of that game and the frame rate and the graphical problems. There were issues with Sword and Shield. I'm going to call it like it is. But it's still going to sell. It's Pokemon. Come on here, guys. Super Mario Odyssey at 23 million. I mean, come on. 23.02. That's a good game, guys. I need to actually finish it. I'm sorry. Got far, but I just didn't finish it. Super Mario Party at 17.39. There's some problems with that game, but it's Mario Party. It's just one of those games people pick up and play, and it's gonna sell. I understand it. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, I picked up a copy for my girl as well for that game, so not surprised there. When people give Pokemon stuff to other people, like I have my Pokemon stuff over here, like I got this Pokemon piggy bank, this Pokemon clock that I got for my girl, and we're saving up some money in the piggy bank for a date, and the clock is going to be for just a little clock. I need to put new batteries in there. Check that stuff out in the links in the description below on Amazon. Moving on from there, guys, we got Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. See, this is why Pokemon is the #1 IP overall. They make the most money. The #1 franchise is Pokemon. Like, go look it up, guys. Pokemon makes bank. And talking about that before we even get to the number 10th game is Pokemon Go and Pokemon Trading Card is going to be doing a crossover project in some way. They're going to be some type of collab, and that's just going to be more money for Nintendo. Yes, it's going to be split between Niantic, the people making the Pokemon card, but Nintendo's getting a cut. Nintendo's getting a cut of that stuff too. Pokemon Go, Pokemon cards, Pokemon video games, Pokemon merchandise, and there's apparel. This is why Nintendo is going to be around for a long time coming, guys. The company is 132 years old. No matter what Microsoft and Sony out there spending bucks, Nintendo has their own stuff that's happening in this industry, and they're going to keep on pushing. That's why my next video, I'm going to talk about the other big news coming from this, where Nintendo's take on acquisition and how do they feel their culture is being affected if they would pick up other gaming companies and spend a lot of money acquiring people. Watch out for that video in the coming days. Well, let's get to the last, the number 10th game is Ring Fit Adventures at 13.53 million. Now that one actually kind of surprised me. I did see a lot of journalists and people that listen to podcasts playing Ring Fit, and hey, if it gets you in shape and you have fun, go for it. I just didn't expect that it was that popular. I thought there was a bunch of other games coming from Nintendo that I would have saw on this list before I would have saw Ring Fit. Like I would have thought like the Fire Emblem, but like, hey, working out, it's an easy thing to appeal to a mass market. I guess in a way that does make sense. So that's been me here, Beaky, with the Untitled Game Show. If you guys like the video, like it, dislike it, dislike it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with Nintendo that this is just midway through its life cycle? Or is it going to crash and just suddenly burn, kind of like the Wii U where people were not releasing that many games for it, 6 years in? Like, I kind of don't see it. I think this is going to be like a 150, if not more, unit sold console. Like, this is going to be a big one, guys. Really, really big. And that's 150 million. So, let me know what you guys think below. Later.